Ken, there's a lot to digest in that game, but in the end, what was more telling for you, that you didn't have forwards to finish off, or the way in which the ball was given to those forwards?
Oh, no, I think it was probably more in the defensive side of the game. They had forwards that, certainly a couple of key forwards who kicked a lot of their score, and they were able to get out the back a little bit too easy on us at times. We had a couple of forwards, not necessarily key. Connor made a great start, and Charlie was strong all the way through. So, but we didn't make enough of our opportunities. We didn't get as many opportunities as they got.
How much did losing Marshall throw you out?
Oh, look, probably a fair bit when you've got, an intercept marking team against you that rely on taking the ball off you in the air a little bit. Todd's been pretty good for us in contests. We probably fell down. We didn't fall down in the contest around the battle of stoppage and stuff tonight. I thought it was more in the contest in the air and away from those stoppages where we fell down. And Todd would be pretty important part about that. But we're still good enough at times to be, in front by a little bit of a margin.
So were you trying to reinvent something when you put Wines in the goal square and then put Lachie Jones there in the last quarter?
No, certainly not with Ollie. Ollie plays a bit of time there in all these games. We like to get a little bit of time out of Ollie in the forward line just to give him some rest from inside. And Lachie was a little bit different. We wanted to put a bit of pressure on the floor and put a bit more speed because we had, we'd lost a couple of pieces out of there from the week before and Todd tonight. So we were looking for something different and thought Lachie looked, reasonable down there.
So you said this game would give some more information. Which information are you taking?
Oh, the same information for us is that we're good, but we're not good enough against the best teams in the competition. I'm not going to hide from that. Right now we're not good enough against them. We're good enough to challenge them and get really close. The last two teams, Bulldogs and Geelong here, they've been games that have been on for most part of the game, and we just haven't been quite efficient enough or effective enough to win that game at the end of the day. So right now, right here, we're just a little bit off those teams, and it doesn't mean we'll be off them at the end, but we're off them at the moment.
In the second quarter, when you had the momentum, and I think you were 21 points up halfway through, what sort of changed from there? And I guess, do you give it credit to Geelong, or is it something that you guys sort of lost a bit of that momentum? Or
oh no, you got two good teams. That's what happens, and momentum swings in the game always happen, and they tend to happen a bit more from centre bounce in today's game when you get an opening through 6, 6 and 6. So it can turn the momentum quite quickly from being in your favour to against you. And then there's one or two little patches of play that you don't quite clean up a ball, you miss a tackle, they get through, they get a bit of momentum from there. You're the people who are telling me that they're the best teams in the competition that we've been playing against. So you've got to give credit to the fact that they are one of the best teams in the competition, that they're capable of doing that to you. And you can understand why they went after Cameron when you see what him and Hawkins can do tonight. They're a challenge for teams.
And I guess one of the bright ones was Connor Rosie. You've been saying for a while that he was there. I guess you're not going to say I told you so, but you've been saying that sort of performance was coming for a while. Yeah,
no. Well, Connor keeps working at his game. He'll get rewards, and he got them early in today's game, and I'm sure he will have taken some confidence out of that himself. And again, that's going to be a part of our growth, is that people like Connor and other younger players and experienced players all continue to improve, because if we don't improve, we'll be in the position we are now right at the end of the year. And we're not planning for that to happen. We're planning to win this.
And what's the status of Kane Farrell?
In performance tonight?
Did he get hurt, and is he hurt or?
Oh yeah, no, we got that the whack in the contest there. I don't think he's too bad. I think he got a whack around the ribbed area that would be a little bit sore, but I wouldn't imagine it'd be too challenging for him. We've got a good break.
And Todd Marshall's definitely out now under the protocols?
Yep, that's exactly what happens. He gets the concussion ruling, so he goes out. I think it looked like it was potentially, did he hit his head on the ground, but it wasn't that. It was more on the contest before that, Todd said. So, he'll unfortunately miss next week.
Just back to defence for a moment, Ken. Why do you think they were able to open you up so easily tonight at times?
I think it's the quality of the team. It's really difficult when some of the opening up comes from your own issues, and that was some of our own turnover, and then some of our contests in front of the footy. If you lose what you consider pretty clear, looking like you're going to win balls, it's easy to get caught offside. And Geelong are as good as anyone when it comes to the counter attack. They can get out the back really quickly, and they've got some speed behind you in front of the ball that they can get going. With with Cameron Hawke and Rowan and those type of players, and even Danger's back in the side now. So, they got some weapons, but we caused ourselves some problems, whether that be in the contest that we didn't halve, and that's all we needed to do is halve the contest, or we turned the ball over when we perhaps shouldn't.
And what are you seeing in these performances, these losses to these premiership contenders that keeps giving you confidence that you'll be able to elevate when the whips are cracking?
Oh, we're in those games. We're right in them. We're giving ourselves a great chance. We get 20 points up. We get 9 points up in the last quarter. So you're good enough when it's that late in the game that you can actually you can compete with them. But if you don't do it in 120 minutes now against the very best teams, that's when you'll find out you're coming up a little bit short. And right now we're coming up a little bit short. So we know that we're capable. We know that we're good enough when we get it right. But we have the challenge of continually working to get it right for longer periods. And that's what it'll be. It'll be 2 or 3 more minutes in our favour and not in their favour. And that'll turn a game like this.
And how do you address those 50-metre penalties that Charlie Dixon gave away?
I ask him not to do them, and we try not to do them. So it's pretty simple. I don't think they're a deliberate act, and there's when frustrations boil over and they hurt the team, that's not what we're looking for. And Charlie knows that. I mean, everyone who would look at that would understand that Charlie would be disappointed in himself for letting that happen if they were blatant.
Everything else clear? No other injuries?
No, all good. Thank you.